A media briefing on MH370 was held just over an hour ago. This is what the Malaysian Prime Minister had to say.
Today, 515 days since the plane disappeared, it is with a very heavy heart that I must tell you that an international team of experts have conclusively confirmed that the aircraft debris found on Reunion Island is indeed from MH370.
All right, aviation expert, editor-in-chief of airlineratings.com, Geoffrey Thomas, joins me now by phone from Perth. Geoffrey, thanks for joining us again. All right, so we now definitively know what happened in those last few seconds to MH370.
Well, we know that it has ended its flight in the southern Indian Ocean, and we know that at least one part has become detached from the impact on the ocean. But it's very difficult to sort of draw any sort of conclusions from this one particular piece. They're still doing more forensic examination of the piece to look at possible probable damage to it, to try and get some clues. But one of the problems is the thing has been in the water for at least 13, 14 months, because we now know it came ashore about 2 months ago and was never reported. So we don't have a precise time of when it actually hit the shore of Reunion Island. It was discovered about 2 months ago, but it was discovered on the beach, so we don't know what date it came ashore. But the drift modelling done by the various organisations, including the University of Western Australia and some government organisations in Australia, drawing on an international team of oceanographers, had predicted that debris would end up at Reunion Island, Madagascar, East Africa, if we're looking in the right place. So everybody's now... most people are now convinced we are looking in the right place. We still don't know exactly where it is, and we don't, of course, know why.
Right. Geoffrey, given what we know about flaperons, how likely is it in a plane crash in the ocean that the flaperon will become detached, as it obviously has been? Does the fact that component is on its own, has become detached, does that tell us anything about how the plane would have hit the water?
No, it doesn't. You see, that the flaperon is a control surface. It's on the back of the wing, not on the front of the wing, as some people have said, we can tell lots because it's on the front of the wing. It's on the back of the wing. So, it is a control surface. It moves around. It's part of the system that helps the pilot turn the plane left or right. That's very simplistic. So the fact that it detached is not surprising, because it's not a hard fixed part of the wing. It's one of the movable surfaces at the back of the wing. When you come into land, you can see all the flaps going out. Well, the flaperon's halfway out, and it moves around, controlling the aeroplane. That's the bit that came away. So the fact that it came away really is no surprise at all. And I would be struggling to understand how they could tell a lot from that. One of the things, of course, would be chemical residues and things like that. But the fact of the matter is it's been in the ocean for so long.
Yeah.
Any traces from a chemical point of view, I would have thought would have been long gone. Physically, we may get some possible clues, but essentially the plane has hit the water, presumably out of fuel, because it was at the end of its range, and probably out of control.
Geoffrey,
that's what the general consensus is.
Right. Obviously, the best hope of finding the plane is using sonar-like devices.
Yes.
How accurate can they be once this plane has been in the water at the bottom of the ocean for as long as it has been? Is it harder for the sonar devices to find a plane after all of this time, when presumably there'll be silt on top of it and goodness knows what else?
Well, it's a very good question. The plane, of course, is a Boeing 777. It's a very large plane, weighs 300 tons. It's a major piece. And recently they found some wreckage at the bottom in the area they're looking with quite high definition.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be a problem at all to find it. If it's there, I'm sure they will find it and they will have no problem finding it, even though some of it may have sunk a little bit into the silt at the bottom of the ocean. But we're talking about a large body, a large metal body, and so I don't think there'll be any problem there at all.
It's a big piece of kit. Geoffrey, thank you again so much for your time this morning. Geoffrey Thomas, Editor-in-Chief of airlineratings.com.